Hello, FPB and all the poets and blossoms out there, and to all our viewers worldwide. Welcome to our blossoming show, the MEBS, the Mother Eagle Blossom Show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This very moment, we have this beautiful, young, smart, and excellent poetess from India. She is a software engineer by profession and a poetess by passion. She hails from Odisha, India, and loves writing poems of all genera. Her works have been published in multiple Indian and international zines and websites as well. She's received multifarious accolades from various literary forums and has also been selected as the winner of Literoma Young Achiever Award 2021 for her outstanding literary contribution. Her hobbies including traveling and cooking. She loves dogs and is proud owner of two. Our lovely viewers, help me welcome Miss Sunita Sahoo. Hello, dear. How are you, Miss Sunita Sahoo?
Hey Helen, good morning and namaste to all my viewers.
Namaste. You look so young and beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. You look amazing too. And it's I'm very excited to be a part of this interview because first of all, this will hold a very special place in my heart because this is the very first interview that I am sitting right now, and also with a very esteemed and beautiful poetess right now in front of me, which is Helen. And so wonderfully she introduced me. So thank you. And
I invited you last week, but you didn't have time, right? You were so busy.
Yeah.
You said, let's
I was traveling that day. So last week I was entirely traveling. So that is the reason I was not able to attend. But yes, I had in my mind that no, I am gonna attend this show.
You're excited too, like
yes.
me. Is this your first time?
Yes, this is my first time.
Wow. It's my pleasure to have you in this show. And do you have a Filipino friends also?
Yes.
Filipino friends.
Yes, Filipino friends I met all through this FPB and
it's a passion of poetry. Yes.
So
and how do you describe Filipino poets?
Okay, so till now I have come across a few Filipino poets. Like one of them is you, of course. Such beautiful pink you have. And another one of my favorite poetess is Eureka. So I absolutely love her poetries as well. It's very soulful verses she weaves.
Yes, that's true.
There are a few others which I got to know through passion of poetry. Like I remember one Joan Santillan Amuro.
Joan Santillan Amuro.
Yes, yeah. So I love her poems as well. So these are a few poets, whenever they submit for any prompt, I used to go and I used to read what the guys have written.
Yes, but I really appreciate your poems, because before I saw you, before we became friends, I thought it was written by a mature lady. Then when I saw you, I was surprised. Oh, how this is written by a young lady. Very beautiful. You really good in writing poetry.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, what is your inspiration of writing? Why you're so good?
So basically, writing poetry, this was something that I feel was ingrained in me from beginning itself. So I remember when I was a kid, I was in 4th standard probably. So there used to be poetry competitions. and there will be very surprise poetry competition. All of a sudden they will come up with a prompt like write something on rainbow, and write something on cat, dog, anything they will come up with, and they will give just 1 hour
Ah,
to beat that. And during, even I was not aware of this acrostic concept, but still, when the prompt came as rainbow, the first poem I had waved, I still remember it was VIBGYOR. In that form acrostic, I had weaved that poem, and I wasn't aware that this is an acrostic poem itself.
yes, you're
So
so good. And I observed that every time that I posted the contest, the poem sample, uh, in a few minutes you're already posting your entry. How come she did that easy?
yeah, the thing is, most of the time, like words keep flowing in my mind most of the time, so I always used to carry my phone with me. So whenever, like, maybe I will be traveling, or even I'll be working in my office, if something, a word or something pops up in my mind, some verses, then I
Yes,
immediately note it down in my mobile, so that,
that's
lest I
true.
forget. So whenever
Yeah.
a prompt comes up, any prompt comes up, then what I do, I try to imbibe that idea into the prompt, and I somehow try to, give it a new form, a new meaning, so that it will kind of stand out, and the message that I want to give to my readers, that should be profoundly understood by the audience, is what I usually aim for.
Yeah, me too. When I travel, I used to do that, especially in a long trip and I'm not the one driving. It's really good to write poetry because you know it's a waste of time if we have nothing to do.
Correct.
So we as a poet have the confidence that when we submit our piece for the contest, it is of course a winning entry. So how do you feel if the judge does not choose yours?
Yeah. So to be frank, whenever I write a poem, I don't think about winning or losing. Okay. So basically, I just write it from my heart. Even till now, whatever poems I'm submitting for all the contests, for all the platforms, I don't have in that mind that I should win. No, because I'm just writing, and most of my poems usually will have an optimistic ending, so that because in pop FPP we have a wider audience, right? So I want my poems to be read, and that message to be felt by all, so that, everyone in this pandemic situation, everyone stays inspired and motivated. So that's my
That's
main
true.
criteria, and this winning comes like a cherry on the top, is what I feel. So
I love
what
that
I
answer.
yeah, so never ever, I even during my school days also, whenever I used to write, so somehow it used to emerge out as a winner, but I never have that thought in mind that I have to win it, or I sometimes I don't win also, but then I don't take it that seriously. I said, anyways, my poem has been read and felt by the readers, and that itself is an achievement for me. So winning is just, it comes that icing on the cake.
Yes, because when we finished writing our poem, for us it is already what we call this a reward because we finished that and we are fulfilled and satisfied already. So that's it. We don't need to have certificates, but if we have, that would be so motivating also.
Yeah, it kind of motivates you more.
Yes.
That's Honda.
But I know that you have a lot of certificates now because you're always winning. How do you collect your certificates? Did you print it or just keep the soft copies?
I just keep the soft copies. Now, initially, when I started to win certificates, I wasn't aware that this was going to be a long journey. Okay, so I just keep posting, and one fine morning, I wake up and I see my name tagged as the winner. So,
That's
first of
yeah.
all, I feel very excited, exalted to see this. And the next thing, in my mobile also, I have a separate folder. In my laptop also, I have a separate folder with all the
Yes.
titles and accolades. And even in my Facebook page also, I have one
You
accolades
also
folder album. Yeah. So whatever I get, I used to store it in a laptop, Facebook, and my
yeah.
mobile. And I keep it.
And
Those are like my literary treasures.
Yeah, and when we see our certificates, it paints our face a smile.
Yes, exactly.
So the participants in the contest, when example in the passion of poetry, were composed poets from different countries, of course, because it is international. What is your impression with their style of writing? Are they the same with the Indian style, or what can you say about this?
So mostly I don't go through all of the poems, but whenever I have free time, I do browse and I scroll and I read many poets' poetries.
Yes.
So what I feel, each and every poet's poetry is unique in their style. Okay, so uh, for example, when I read Dennis Brown's poetry, he's a very admin team, right? He also from a different country. He hails from a different country. So his poems have a unique, Dennis essence sprinkled all over the poem. So even
Yes.
without the name, I can say, this poem is written by Dennis, because the way he writes, uh, the way he arranges his verses. And similarly, Dr. Geeta Mohanty, her poems also, even someone just does asks me, guess whose poem is this, and just shows me a poem, then I can easily differentiate if this poem is written by this person. Because after reading through all of their poems, I kind of feel each and every poet has their own style of writing, their own way
Yes.
of presenting their thoughts, weaving their verses. And I feel that is what makes each and every poet unique. And I absolutely love that in pop specifically, because we have around 14K members there, and which is a huge achievement, I feel. And every day seeing a minimum 100 or reading 100 or 200 members poets also helps me learn and learn the very varied styles and their perceptions regarding the particular prompt, how different they can think about it. So it also comes as a huge learning for me. So I really appreciate that.
That's true. And even we have different styles of writing. For me, the bottom line there is we inspire people, we inspire other poets, and we inspire readers, right?
Correct. So basically, that is the reason most of my poems earlier, my poems were used to have, if I write any poem, any dark themed poem, may it be on I have written poems on depression, on bipolar disorder, on even on rapes and the dowry torture. I've written poems. So usually I used to end it very abruptly, but later at some stage of life, I realized there has to be a message. Amidst all that, there has to be some optimistic vibes that people
Yes.
should see from that poem. So then I went back through all my poems I had written in my earlier years, and I tried to again remodel it, and I made it an optimistic ending, so that the reader, whenever they read that poem, they are not they don't sip that melancholic vibes. They have to
Yes. Yes.
have that hope. They have to be hopeful amidst this despairing
Yes.
time. That is
Yes.
what I think our responsibilities as poets.
Yes. I love your style. I love your style. So there's a hopeful ending or happy ending always.
Yeah.
So other than poetry, what are your other hobbies, other than traveling and cooking?
Okay, so I have two dogs, so I spend most of the time with them. So I take them out on walk, and sometimes it will be just me and my dogs, and no one else. So in fact, we talk with each other, though we don't understand. He doesn't understand my language, neither do I. But still, we converse, and that I feel very happy sometimes
Yes.
conversing with them. I
Yeah,
feel
I
so
can
nice.
understand the feeling because I have dogs also. And actually the two are here with me in my room.
Mine too.
And
They're
it's
sitting
really
on both
funny
sides.
because one, if he wants to get outside, he will just knock the door. And I said, "Why you're not
Yes.
telling me that you want to go outside?"
Yeah,
I'm like
exactly same.
crazy.
In my case too, all my both dogs, if I sit here and I close the door, they'll keep knocking. Let me in. I'll also be there with you in the room. So that what happens every day.
So I know I have to ask you what make a certain Sunita Sahu happy. And I know now you're happy
Yes,
with your dogs.
yes, yes. They are my source of joy.
Well, can we hear one of your favorite poems?
Yes,
I know
sure.
you have a lot of poems. Anyone?
Yeah. So one of my poems, I think this poem also, this was featured. I had featured it in that video poem, but I again want to recite it because this poem is very, very special to my heart. Uh, Reason is this poem is dedicated to all women, and I myself being a woman, and so I wanted to give this as a tribute to all the beautiful ladies who have been relentlessly working on all fields, may it be professional, personal, and proving themselves every single time. So I keep reading this poem every time, and it gives me strength, to be very frank. So I want to read this poem once more. The poem's titled An Ode to She. Ever wonder who is
You
she?
know, it's raining here. There's a heavy rain. Okay, continue, please.
Okay, thank you. Ever wonder who is she? She's the one who carried you in her womb for 9 long months, struggling, defying all odds, bearing the excruciating pain of labor. Yet, you consider her impure. Shh, it's a taboo. That's what you hear, and restrict her freedom, for she bleeds some days every month. She is worshipped in temples as goddess of wealth and goddess of knowledge and whatnot, adorned with flowers, looked upon with a sense of awe, yet devoured in deserted lanes, isolated alleys, and broadways, left with nothing but bloodstains and an abominable stench of sinful humanity. She cries all night to sleep, tormented by eternal grumblings, internal conflicts, hidden melancholy, and wakes up the next day with puffy eyes and a sanguine heart, recharged and replenished, ready for a fresh start. Yet, you consider her frail and fragile, passive and docile, an object of pleasure, such despicable human nature. She's been tortured, bruised, despised, slandered, shattered to million pieces. But every time she collects the pieces together and rises like a phoenix, stronger and braver than before. Yet you question her identity, her strength, her existence, her chastity, her dignity, and everything that defines her. She's a mother, a daughter, a wife, a girl, a woman. She's fierce, she's bold. One day, she will change the outlook of this patriarchal world. Like broken crayons that still color, she will repaint her life with variegated hues and a renewed spirit of valor. Thank you.
Excellent. It is so empowering. Nothing could break us down. We are stronger than we think we can be, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So very empowering. I love that. I love that.
Thank you so much.
It's a very powerful poem.
Yes.
And I love, poem that empowers, especially for women, because some are, they easily get broken. They're easily
Yes.
down. They don't think that there is hope. There is tomorrow.
Yes. Correct. So my poem
So
is this poem I had specially weaved during that time when I was going through a bad phase in my life, to be frank. So during that time I was also seeking solace. I tried doing yoga, meditation. I used to run like 10-12 kilometers a day. But then I thought, when slowly I started coming out of that murkiness, then I thought, why not weave something on that and inspire ladies like me, because there will be millions of girls like me who will be trapped in their own mind. They would be wanting to come out of that cocoon, but they would be still trapped inside. So that is the reason then I started weaving this poem. So this poem will always remain very special, because this poem
That's good.
actually motivated me as well. And I also share this with most of the ladies, my near and dear ones, my friends and acquaintances. Whenever I feel they need help, they need solace, they are
Yes.
completely broken, worn out.
Yes.
So at that time, I just send them. I tell them, just do nothing, just read it at
Yes,
least.
that's true. It gives hope to everyone who
Yes.
are in gloom that there is, light coming their way.
Yes, exactly.
And I love that poem really from the heart.
Thank you.
So, what else I'm going to ask you? Do you have something to ask me in your mind?
Yes, yes. Of course, I have thought of asking you many questions, but right now I'm running short of questions. I'm so excited. Um, I wanted to understand, see, like everyone has a story behind their passion. So something, a muse or something that inspires them to hold their quill and weave verses. So what's your story behind writing poetry and taking that seriously?
Actually, I started writing poetry. I didn't know that I can write, but maybe because of, a lot of sacrifices, experience, which were not good. And then I was so positive, and even until now, I am still positive, more positive. I was able to survive those things that I have been through, and I want to document it by writing a poem, just to inspire others also. That's why I love your poem, because I can relate that to myself. It's really good to write, and I did not know. I started just, um a simple ones, but I was like almost 40 when I started to write. So I had no idea really that I can write. And then when I share, because there's no Facebook before, so I shared it with my friends, and then they like it. They like it. So I feel that I need to write more. About regarding my story, it's a long story. It's a long story, but I'll try if I can. I've been writing for many I've been writing, oh no, I've been reading this poem many times, but since you're interested, I love to read this to you. But before
Yes.
that, so that you can understand everything,
Yeah.
because yeah, I have to. The first poem that I have had is It's About Time. This is my very first poem. So It's About Time is the title of my first poem. Wait, it's not here. Uh,
First poems are always very special.
yeah, just a short one that I understand that I could write, because I wrote this for only like 10 minutes. So I said, oh, I can write. But of course, this is just a short one, just a try.
Yeah, sure.
It's about time to use the gift to which from heaven I had received. Keeping this inside as greed to make my brethren hunger to be fed. It's about time to glitter soon. the ample brilliant colors of my stones that God provided to me unselfishly because He loves me so dearly. It's about time to let my heart speak the beauty of this world so great. And it's about time people should know all the wonders it may serve through. So I'll proceed. You-
No, this
That's
was very good. This poem was oozing with positivity, and the words were very heartfelt and soulful. So I loved that because it comes straight from your heart. So that is
that's
the
true. So
power
I
of
can
writing.
imagine that, oh, this is a poem. It's not just an ordinary, story or an ordinary phrase. I can feel that I can make. So or I can write. So I add, then I add. So it until such time that it I found out that I already have two books and it was offered. It was published freely by my friends in the US because they like my personality or what. I do not know. I am forever indebted to them. So the second one, the it's about my real life story. So this one, the title is "Nothing Impossible in the Heaven Beneath."
Okay.
My children are my golden treasure, bringing back my thoughts to my yesteryears. My story began when I was a teenage mother. Through breastfeeding, I nurtured my first son till no milk from me I could squeeze upon. I wish to feed him nutrients he essentially needs abound. I lacked to provide him. My world seemingly didn't go round. It bled my heart as my purse was thin and empty. When those were only covered by sacks, that was how petty were we. And nothing could be found in every corner of our dinky shelter. Even the tiny ashes of regrets couldn't be found in there. How bare it was representing me. From there, I just learned to dream, though not for me, but for them. I believe it's not late to create a nest for my coming children. Behind that huge mountain, I whispered my wishes for them. At night, as I gazed up the skies, I asked the stars to guide me in heading my way. I wish to be one of them, glittering and sparklingly. Yes, it was never too late to build my elusive dreams. I hear the whisper of the bees, carried by an optimistic breeze. There will be beautiful days coming ahead. And I was motivated by those dreams. I started to carry sack on my shoulder. I climbed mountains. Sorry. I shouted, used clothing for sale. I made donuts, though I wasn't good enough. House to house, I was selling any stuff, just enough to have fare and offering for a Sunday mass. And I started to pray so intense. I dazzled myself to the city. I know I could be more than me. My potential was heavy. If I can do, or if they can do, why can't me? I grabbed opportunities knocking my door. I started to level up and learn for more. I patiently carried my life. I embraced obstacles and strive. My love for my children was simply my inspiration. They energized me behind my tiredness. I could afford to grin and bear behind difficulties. They were the reason why I had to go out rain or shine, as I could not stop dreaming even for a short while. Yet life never stopped teasing me. Tears were entwined in my way. Below the belt, I was being hit. My softness was abused by the wicked. For more, I learned life, and I even learned to write. I work hard without limit. In my work, I poured my spirit. I gambled myself bravely to this challenge to the world. My journey never been smooth. I tackled every inch of my worth. Yet I never whined. I continued to walk with faith, come what may. Though I fell and stumbled, it's hardest part of my path to cross. It had to be that way, yet life was still good. And like a mother eagle, I ventured across the sea. I soared to the highest sky, rising to the great heights, storm befallen, but I never been ravaged by my undying courage. Another day, another sunshine. To humanity I have to bind. My guide is my daughter, watching me from heaven. In my womb also she suffered the indescribable pain I have been. Now she's the most amorous angel. With her cane that cheers, she shielded me with her wings. I am fearless, unafraid to venture my strength to this universe. Nothing impossible in the heaven beneath. Now I savored my own self, and every trial I never tilled until I could give them that mountain where I started to create my dreams. They are my treasure. My golden treasure are my 5 loving children, 6 including the one in heaven. They are preparing my exquisite crown as I am their endearing queen. That's
Oh
it.
my
Thank
God.
you.
This
These
was
are my
so
children.
beautiful. Oh, wow. This is so
Yeah.
beautiful. This was very,
So,
very heart touching. I love that. In fact, when you're reading the verses, I kept on thinking, no, that's the power of a mother. And I think they should reach out to all mothers there. So they are not alone. We are
yeah,
also fighting. Every mother is fighting a battle.
that's
And
true.
they will emerge victorious in the end. They just need to have that hope in them and never
Yeah.
despair.
That's why I said your poem is very powerful because, you know, it speaks many things about women, about people who are in trouble, who are sacrificing right now.
Yes.
So that's wonderful. So can you read another poem? So we're exchanging poems now.
No, no, it's fine. No, I became very emotional for a moment when you kept on reading and I kept on listening to those verses. So those
Because
are very, very,
they are really even crying because
yeah, yeah.
it's very, it
No,
touches many hearts.
and mostly when you, what I have seen and I have felt, when you write some poems when you are in your worst phase of your life, those poems are so powerful and they evoke so strong emotions, as
Yes,
compared to when the poems you write in a jolly mood. So that is one thing in even my poems I have seen that. So that is why I feel this kind of situations are always a blessing in disguise.
that's
So
true.
hmm,
Yes. I said even now that I encountered some concerns in life because of course we cannot say that there will be no the journey your journey are smooth, all smooth. There will be having some troubles along the way, but I said I have fought a lot. I have won many battles in life, so I am not scared anymore. Whatever life throws to me, I
yeah, now
am ready.
I have a triumphant Helen right now, a very strong-hearted and strong-willed woman.
Yeah, I am a happy person now because after all those things that I thought you know, it's hard for me to survive, but I was able to. So for me, we need to celebrate life.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly my point.
Every day we have to celebrate life because life is so good.
Yes.
So that's why, I love talking with people. I love this interview because I learned there are a lot of people who are very inspiring and I could also contribute my own story. So it helps those people who are, in darkness for now.
Yes, this is actually the booster that is required for everyone right now, to be frank, because there are some people I have seen, they don't like, from outside they will seem very happy, very jolly, but we do not know what's going on in their minds. They will be very depressed, and mostly the people who laugh the most are the ones who usually hide plenty of sorrows in their mind. Even I was one of them, so I can relate actually to those people.
I supposed to say, I supposed to say me too. Yeah, because of course we need to enjoy. I mean, if there's a time or there's a moment to laugh, we have to laugh, because at the end of the day, we have, uh, issues to face, problem concerns to face. So, but then life, we still consider that life is good. So
Yes,
those problems that you are encountering every day, there's always a solution of that.
exactly.
So yeah.
I echo your words. No, amidst the darkness, you have to shine like stars.
Yes, of course. And you rise as a strong woman.
Mm. So it's all thanks to the struggles that I have experienced. It kind of molded me. At that point of time, I used to think, why me? And I used to curse God, to be very frank. Okay. I used to, shout, like I used to yell, why me? And why I have to face all this when other people are so happy? I used to crib, I used to whine every single day. But now I realize everything happens for a reason. So if the right now the Sunita that is sitting right now in front of you, a confident girl, if she is able to handle now emotions and the things around her perfectly, or not even imperfectly also, but still I have learned that experience. I had that experience of that bad times, which molded my character, molded my soul, and right now I know I can be happy in, at least in whatever life throws at me. So I can still stay happy because I have realized what's my passion and
That's
how I'm going to take life forward.
and that made you a good writer, a good poet,
Yes.
because of that experience. You can
Yes.
never be a good writer, or let's say poet, because poems uh, um, are attached, or are attached with wisdom, because if knowledge alone, you cannot write good.
I
But
agree with that.
yeah, so it's the spirit within you who write for you. So it's very nice, because I really have a big salute to all the poets out there, because um I feel that God is using us in order to inspire many, to give light, to delight other people.
Yes.
So we are lucky. We are lucky persons.
Yeah.
So proceed to your second poem.
Okay. So my second poem. So this poem also, this is one of the very interesting poems that I had weaved during one of the Acrostic Thursday challenge, where we had to write on a word, on a phrase, write poems and connect. And this was also given by our very talented poetess Helen herself. And to be frank, I was so mesmerized by her poem. So I just couldn't wait, and I weaved this very quickly actually. Okay, as compared to
I
other poems.
remember you were the first one to submit yours. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, how she did this. I just posted it, and then for a while, it's already there.
Uh, no, I first read your poem and I was so charmed by your poem. I just couldn't wait, and the words started flowing on my head, and I started weaving. Okay? And again, while weaving this poem, I enjoyed because this is my journey with poems, how poems can change someone's lives, and what we can do with the power of words, how we can inspire and connect with the world through poetry. So everything I can summarize it in a way. So that's why I was
I,
more than
I
happy.
really love that. I really love your entry.
So I'll
Okay.
just I'll just read my poem. So this was Write Poems and Connect. The title was Poem Elixir. When words start flooding inside your discombobulated mind, restless you become, solutions you wanna find. In times like this, why not hold your quill sublime? Try weaving coruscating poems from time to time, ebullient verses straight from your heart, both free and rhyme. Poems have the power to bring about a reform drastic. Only you can weave verses that can turn despondent hearts ecstatic. Embellish your canvas with a myriad of hues sparkling. Mend hearts, connect souls through your poetic string. See the flowers of love bloom in the garden of spring. And when the shadows of wars and miseries creep, nothing seems real. People all around shudder and weep. Douse them in your inspirational poems, profound and deep. Because the world needs that elixir divine. Ornate verses of love and hope. Let the world ship and sign. Noxious feelings of rancor and malevolence, dispel them all away. Nothing but poems have the power to brighten melancholic hearts grey, eradicating murkiness of dark night, giving rise to a new day. Cinquain, haiku, acrostic, calligram, or limerick. Try them all and witness what your readers speak.
Very powerful. Again, another powerful poem. You know, you're so deep. I cannot imagine. So beautiful. All what you have written were so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I usually, whenever I write, I keep the entire world in my mind. So, how my poem is going to impact the person who is going to read. So, even if whenever I write any dark poems or any depressing poems, I make sure the end lines or at least one line should be optimistic, because they should not get drowned in that depression. Then my poem doesn't serve any purpose. It will depress the person more. So, it should not be the scenario. So that is the reason all my poems will have some optimism, and I always keep write my poems keeping the entire world and the people around in mind. So I want them to perceive the good vibes, the positive vibes, not
Yes,
the
yes.
negative ones.
It's not all about style. There should
Yes,
be a speaking spirit from your inner being in your
yes,
poem. So it's not about style. This is very beautiful poem because I made it with style. No, it should be from our within that
yes.
speaks to other people. So that made the poem powerful. And I cannot wait because I have also something to parallel to that. So I'm going to read it, though you're not asking me.
No, no, I'll be more than glad to read your poems.
It just excites me to read mine. The title is "She is in many thoughts." She is in many thoughts. A woman with a proficient vision who believes nothing is impossible. She drives her life and maneuver into the best direction, yet sometimes she falls. She doesn't mind difficulties along her way. She's not scared of a visiting storm, come what may. She's brave. She's brave. She's not afraid of challenges. With her aggressive courage, sometimes she stumbled, yet unravaged. Never she allows herself to get down for long. She will rise back and battle for more. She loves without limit, and she never surrenders love until love itself loses its own breath. She's very committed in standing her word. She's more than good. She's proven and better and in wars. She smiles with tears in her eyes. She has a vigor even she is tired. She's curious what are the other tastes of life. She winks to the demon's eyes, yet the torch was thrown to her from the splendid skies. Alas, in the darkness she became a light. She's human, yet she knows control of the flapping of her wings when she flies. She's a woman that even her flaws she never hides. She's brave to tell the world she has been saluted. She has been followed as she carries her courage to speak the truth. Her imperfections made her pure. Her emptiness made her full. She embraced lessons of growth. She gained faith from her mistakes. She became a woman of wisdom and strength. She is just such blessed. She wonderfully made her life as she traveled from east to west. She became matured as she aged. Her eyes are full of passion. Her silent stare tells the sincerity of her emotion. She is so valued by her friends, dreaming to have her kind of strength that made her moving. She inclined to inspire more. She shared the battles she won. She touched more hearts. There is hope as the days pass. She is now as a reflection of beautiful angels to whom she flocked with soaring together. So rise up, beautiful ones. Face the world like her. She dances like an angel, walks like an amorous star in heaven. Come, be in. She sprinkled glittering lights of gold. There is a substance in her talk. She's a woman of hope. She is in many thoughts. Thank you.
Wow, that was marvelous. And I could feel each line, each word, I could feel it was so powerful poem. And also I say another one straight from your heart. So
Yes, that's true. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. And I, if you're not reading your poem, I cannot remember this poem also. Because it's an old one. Maybe like I wrote that 2016, 5 years ago.
I feel
Yeah.
bad. One more question actually I wanted to ask you. So you, how do you manage your passion, profession, personal life? You are a mother, you are a wife, you are also a poet. How are you
Yes.
managing so many things at a time? I always wanted to know actually, because see, now I just do my work, profession and my passion, but you are managing everything. You're a mother, you're a wife, you have some responsibilities, and at the same time you are taking some time out and also following your passion. So what's the secret, how you are doing that?
Secret, maybe I just take things one at a time. But of course, less sleep. But I
Huh.
manage to sleep also, even if I park. I will take few minutes rest and nap. So that's it. Because tired, I cannot deny that I am really tired, and maybe I'm busy than you think. Because I have a sick husband. He has 15 years. He
Oh.
got stroke. He was stroke actually, and then in and out at the hospital, and then now he's having a dialysis schedule twice a week. So that's it. Sometimes I go to hospital, and then I drive every day, doing the deliveries and purchases. That's it. And sometimes while in parking, I have to comment some some you know some in my group poetry. So sometimes they say that I am, I cannot be always there because of this busy schedule. And of course this interview, it is not just easy. Just I told you, I have to prepare because I have to set the background. I have to put your picture. So that's it. And I have to to check your bio and everything. So there are a lot of preparation also. And that's every day. That's every day. That's every night. Sometimes in a dawn, I used to interview 1 o'clock in the morning because I adjust your time. Because I want my all my guests will be will be pleased during their visit in my show. So I want to give them delight that they love my show. Yeah. And then what else? I used to go in somewhere 2 hour drive from here in our hometown because I am also cultivating something there.
Wow.
Yeah. So while called it's a kind of rest also of my mind because I don't have signal there, so I cannot be, yeah, I cannot open my cell. So um I can, my mind can rest when I'm there. But in the one that I made for a contest, the poetry contest, the acrostic one, the write poems and connect,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wrote it there. I wrote it there.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Acha.
because you know, even just a few minutes that I be free, I will write. If there, because I am not used that I'm doing nothing, so I have to feel every space of my life.
So
So
I think
that's
actually
it.
you are an inspiration for many women. In fact, I am actually inspired, like how you are managing so effortlessly everything. Even when people are out are sick, your family members are sick. You also you don't neglect those duties. You don't neglect your household chores. You still you are following your passion, and somehow you are balancing everything. So in
Yeah.
fact, I am actually inspired by your story.
Then when I go other city, like for example in the other city where I came from to do
Mhm.
business, because during the COVID I stay here in my house, so no longer there. I used to, even I'm so busy, I used to visit friends who are sick. Yes, I do that. And they really, because I can't, it's really good to see their faces so happy with your presence. So very
Mhm.
nice. So I do not know. I'm just so very energetic to do these things because we love what we do. That's why we are not tired to connect
So,
people, to bring good people like you to the world. It makes me feel going, moving, and I really work on my purpose of life.
yeah. So, after this interview, after getting to know more, I realize you're just not just a wonderful poet, but a beautiful soul. So you have many different facets, and I just love it. To be
I
very
also have
frank.
flaws, of course, but then I try whatever I can give good things to people. I am trying my best to. I have a poem that what we call this. I think that it was unstoppable. That I have I have to empty myself for in order for others to have, because we are just passers in this earth. We cannot bring what we have, so why be open, why not be generous with your smiles and everything. So that's
Yeah.
it. And if you do that things to inspire other, you can be rich, you can be richer than the rich people.
Yes, absolutely. I believe in
Yes.
that theory.
So I'm so pleased, I didn't know that you're able to, squeeze myself, that I can open everything what is inside in me. Yes, because I know that you're just curious. You're just curious. Why everything? So you want to feel your curiosity by asking me.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's true. So I'm glad. Do you have books?
No,
Do you have
published
books?
books. You mean published books?
Yeah, not
No,
yet.
actually, no, not yet. I haven't yet published any of my books, but and the first publishing, I think this. in that McKinley Publishing Hub, right? I had
Yeah,
given
yeah,
two of my
yeah.
poems, Save the
You
World One
try.
Poem at a Time. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
because I
So,
know with your poetry, with your poems that you have submitted only in the passion of poetry, maybe it can already, you can compose already two books out of it.
hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because
I haven't thought of publishing it right now. I just keep on writing, and
yes,
so
yes, it's
maybe
okay.
some later point of time I'll think
Yeah,
of publishing a book.
it is not a kind of we need to rush. No need to
Yeah.
rush. Because actually, when I published my two books, I didn't even order it. After if I published it 2016, I ordered it during the COVID.
Oh,
So 4 years I didn't mind because it's just there, and during that time it's not my priority. My priority is, there are a lot of priorities, so the books won't be lost. It's just there if you order. So we have to know our priority also. So I understand because some are rushing to have books, but then
yeah.
you don't need to rush. Just keep your poems. That's just keep on writing, because
Yeah.
books can be published even in just a week
Yeah,
if you
correct.
want to.
So do you have those two books with you right now? Which books you had published two
Yeah,
books, right?
actually, here,
Yeah.
Speaking Heart,
Oh,
it's about time. Volume 1, it's about time. And that's volume 2, Speaking Heart, volume 2, Language of Love. So it's
oh,
me here.
okay, okay, wow. So how many poems are there in each book?
It's only 50.
50,
It's
50.
only
Okay.
50, yeah. The other one is, it's about some are romantic, about love, and the other one is inspirational, because it's good also to write about these things,
Yeah.
right?
Can
Yeah.
you read one of your favorite poems, romantic poems from the book? I would want to listen.
Okay. In the middle of the night, partaking my emotion, I am always trying to suppress, calm down feelings. Silence somehow brings me solace as I continue to take my journey with my busy steps, sharing my smile, facing the world with no mark of regrets. A tweet, a laughter of an open book life keep me shining. A smile from a true and sincere heart, seemingly not lying. Yet a silent sound of a flowing spring of tears at night, connecting the hungry souls in the name of love, never tried. In the middle of the night, it is the music of my emotion I only care to listen. It is when I linger with my thoughts, savoring the feeling that could not be lessened. In the middle of the night, I enter the portal of my kingdom to waltz in magic, drenched with the shout of my soul, swaying my deep emotion I couldn't quit. Just like that.
Wow. That was a beautiful poem.
Ah, yeah, how do I define love? You will love this also. I owe you the lovely words that I wrote from my heart, as if not in loving, my heart has nothing to utter. It is just an empty as the lonely and silent air, just like a blank dark space of the universe. But having you in my life colors the solitude of my night. A marvelous fireworks under the evening stars it is like. Whenever mind our distance and the huge barrier, it paves our way to become closer. You are the lovely music under my pillow at night. You are the sweet smile of my mystic heart, so bright. Your touch and caress for me are perfectly right. This day rejuvenate me and the heavy becomes light. You bring romantic blossom into my thoughts. You flourish our emotions and our dreams both. Feeding me with your love inspires my whole being. It gives me a stout and a healthy great feelings. If you were to ask me how do I define love, in my mind I couldn't take any answer to have, but just as simple as this is its only meaning. I will define love definitely only by your name. That's it.
Wow. This one tugged my heartstrings. No, now after you read your poem, now I want someone for whom I can also write poems like
Yeah, it's it's a fresh breath of our hearts when we write
this.
something like that, and it gives us a chill. A
Yeah.
chill. Yeah. So what a wonderful discussion with you. Do you have something to read? Can you read your acrostic ones before we close?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, one more poem I wanted to just read, because again, this poem also has this one I had weaved during one of the Passion of Poetry Saturday pick prompt, which was again given by another wonderful poetess, Jill Tate, whom I actually admire.
Yeah.
So so she is a wonderful writer. And again, there was a beautiful picture prompt of a person standing with the arms spread wide in the top of a mountain, and we have to weave a poem around that. So this time again, I thought of weaving something inspirational for all those people who have been fighting some demons inside their heads, and they feel caged in the prison of their minds. So I felt they just need the right motivation to break free from the shackles of fear and show the world who they really are and what they are capable of. So based on that theme, I have designed the poem. So my poem goes like this. My poem's titled Dare to Defy. Oh, I'm on the top of the world, standing with my arms spread wide, inhaling the fragrance of love as the coquettish bridge caresses my cheeks, titillating me from inside. Pitter patter, rejuvenating drops from the tempestuous sky Argentine incessantly pour, sousing me in ecstasy, washing away my grief, murkiness, and rancor. Breaking the shackles of fear and emotional subjugation, I stand defiant, facing my worst fears, nightmares, and eldritch behemoth's giant. Nothing can stop me from achieving my goals I had once desired. Sparks of inspiration and courage within me, newly fired. Caged inside the Stygian prison, comprised of societal sneers and superfluous norms, I can no longer be. Just wait and watch. Like those ebullient birds, I'll smash those bars and set myself free. Off into the cloudy paradise as I spread my wings and triumphantly fly. That opaline rainbow, coruscating in full vigor, will be my tiara as I valorously soar high and kiss the sky. A guardian angel I'll be for those meek souls who have been tussling disembodied demons inside their head, showing them light at the end of the dark tunnel. I'll witness them metamorphose as their agonies miraculously fade. Thank you.
Yes, another beautiful, excellent poem. I love the what soar high and kiss the sky. It's
Yeah.
very poetic, I love that kind of lines. So beautiful, so beautiful. So it's really good also that there are contests, because we are inclined, we are prodded to write, because if there is no contest, you'll be lazy to write, because what for? And we inclined to make that poem beautiful because of the contest, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
because
really
whenever a prompt comes up, see, usually when I sit on my mind, nothing will come. Not a particular prompt will not on like on what theme I should write.
yes,
So, but
that's
when a prompt comes up, may it be picture prompt or a theme or anything. So I have a destination. Yes. So I have to write
yes,
on this prompt.
that's
So
true.
I'll just weave my poem accordingly. So this is how actually these prompts are helping me, because
Well, yeah.
sometimes I wonder what to write. Should I write on nature? Should I write on some social stigmas?
It's
Should I write
easier
on
that
myself?
you have a theme than us who are conceptualizing what we're going to write for next week. Actually, I am thinking what I'm going to write, because this Thursday I have
Yes.
to post.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's better that we are given a theme so that we can write than thinking what I'm going to have this, this week, right? But it's also challenging in our parts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because also
challenge.
you have to weave a poem. Whenever I see any acrostic poems you or Eureka come up with, I first of all read your poems because no, I absolutely love your poems. And
Really
even
good
the themes
also.
you choose. You know, last time Eureka chose All I Want for Christmas, and the Christmas was around the corner. So it gives
Yes,
those festive
yes.
vibes. And
Yes,
again,
but
yours.
also because we are also proud because we write a sample of our contest. So we agreed that when we reached 100 acrostic joined together, we will publish a book of that acrostic poetry, and we can invite you. We can invite you.
Yeah, sure. I'll be glad to
Yeah.
be shining among you stars like you.
You're already shining. You're already shining. So I know that these people who are in line here are we have a lot to share. We have a lot to share. And it's not it's very good not to hide what is inside their hearts. It has to be, we need to shout it to the world that there is one kind of person who is like this.
Yeah.
So with our joint forces together as writers, there are a lot of words also that can inspire many. We can reach many also. So
Yes.
that's it. Do you have? Please read your acrostic one. Have you read it
Uh,
already?
yeah. I had read it. Write poems and connect, right? Yes, I had
Ah,
read it.
you read it already. I didn't really. I did not notice the bright edge because uh, I thought W. It's you read it just
Okay, okay. Done.
continuously. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I did not notice it's already the acrostic one. So that's the one which is very powerful. The second
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
Second one. Write poems and connect. Because yes, that was also given by you.
Yeah,
And your
yeah.
poem was also very, very motivating. So I immediately wrote this poem after looking at your poem.
Yeah, that's true. So what a wonderful sharing of words, words that are ordinary words that we use every now and then, and the poetic words that give souls to our thoughts, give delights to other people. So just wonderful. For me, I can consider this another successful interview with Miss Sunita Saho. So thank you so much, and you're gracing my night here, and thank you for having you. It's my great pleasure to have you in our Mother Eagle Blossom Show. That's why why I call that Mother Eagle, because I soar high during the storm.
Oh, I was actually about to ask that. Why have you particularly named it Mother Eagle? So any
Yeah.
story behind that? So you just told me that.
Yeah, that's true. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and be blessed and continue to shine and glitter so full. Bye for
Thank you so
now.
much.
Thank you, Miss Sunita Saho. Bye. God bless.
Bye.